Hello, guys. My name's Maria Deane, and I'm with you for the next hour or so. Hello, is it Mariana? Marianne? I think the J is silent, isn't it, in it? Marliana. It's a lovely name, however you pronounce it. How are you? So, I'm going to be with you for the next hour or so. So we're going to do some readings. So who would like a reading? So Marliana, would you like to have a reading? Oh, we've got orbs already. Lauren, hello, Lauren. Nice to see you. Hello, Deane. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to pick Marlin. We're going to have a reading. Hello, Claire. Nice to see you. Yes, Marlin, I'm going to do a reading for you now. Just shuffling the cards while we're waiting. And I'm going to pick you a spray. We've picked Christ energy for you. So let's do the spray. Do me, do you, do the cards. Bring our energies together. So we're going to have a lovely reading for Marlin. I can't get that J out of my head. Marliana. That's what I'm going to call you. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. Okay. So for your highest good, and if they give you something to look at, please give you the solution. Okay. First card I've got, you're in two minds. There's a decision to be made. There's something that you're thinking about. There's a decision to be made for you, and you're not quite sure of this decision, of which way to go. Fairy of growth, you've grown a lot. You've done a lot of work, you've grown a lot, but there's still some grief and some sorrow around you. There's something going on that's made you feel a little bit low. And maybe it's this decision, because you're on two roads with it. You're on two different paths with it. And what Spirit is showing me is that as you go along one path, you're wanting something, and you're wanting to manifest this. And you really believe that you deserve it, and that it's right for you, and you can visualize it, you can see it, and you're well on your way to getting it. But then what comes in, Mariana, is the fear comes in. And as the fear comes in, you can start thinking, oh, what if I can't get it? What if it's not right? Oh, I don't know which way to go with it. What if this happens? What if that happens? And then you're putting fear into it. And so it's going that way. And it's going outwards. But what the one you're most emotional about is the fear-based one. What Spirit is saying is you have to wrap it up. You have to bring it back in. You have to find what that manifestation is about, and then just go for it and try. And I know it's very hard, but try and keep the self-doubt out, because that's what's blocking you from moving forward. So you have to make that decision and go with it. And know that it's the right decision, and then there'll be joy for your future. We've got joy for your future. So do that, and there'll be joy for your future. That's what Spirit is saying. Thank you for working with me. So who have we got next? Lauren. Tracy. Scorpio. Kelly. Okay, I'm glad that is true. Lauren North. So I'm going to come to you. Thank you. Hello, Lauren. Let's see where we're going with this. Let's get a spray for you first. And Lauren, the spray I've got for you is for magic and protection. So let's spray you and me and the cards. See if we got any orbs coming in. Sometimes we have lots of orbs coming in, don't we, when we do a live? None yet. For Lauren's highest good. And if you give Lauren something to look at, please give her the solution. And if loved ones want to come in and give a message, then that's okay with us. But only bonds of love are allowed in here. So Lauren's highest good. Okay. So Lauren. Okay. We have the messenger for you, the messenger. So this is a message for you. Okay, Queen of Shadows. Just let me, okay. So, Lauren, this is a message that's coming from Spirit for you. You have worked so hard at letting go of some stuff that you needed to let go of. And you've worked really, really hard at it. But you're beginning to start thinking, oh, have I made the right decision? Is this right for me? A shadow of the past is beginning to creep back up on you. And what Spirit are saying, it's something to do with a partner. And what Spirit are saying is you made the right decision. Stick with the decision that you made. This is the thief that's blocking you from moving forward. How can your Prince of Light come in if you're still hooked? And that's what Spirit are giving me. If you're still hooked somehow in there with your last partner, you can't have a new partner. You need a little bit of training. We've got the Smith. A little bit of training on how to work on that shadow of the past. Because what happens is when we've got stuff that comes up for us, it's coming up for a reason. It's coming up because you're in a safe space now and you're in a place where you can work through it. And Spirit want you to work through it because that's the thief that's blocking you from moving forward. They really want you to work through this stuff. We've got the big behind, nothing to do with bottoms or our bottoms. What the big behind means is that there's not a whole load of therapy to be done, Lauren, but there is some patterns that you need to look at. So it's like glancing over your shoulders and just looking at some patterns and thinking, oh, I've been there before. I don't want to go back there. Let's do something differently this time. Let's do something differently this time. That's what Spirit is saying. Don't go back into the patterns. You've grown. We've got the fairy of growth. You've grown so much. You've come through the sorrow. You really have come through a deep sorrow. You've got the worst behind you. Now it's time for you to move forward. Back to a time when you felt confident and you felt like you could conquer the world. Back to a time before you were broken in ways that is hard to describe. And that's what Spirit are saying. So if you do what you always did, you'll get what you always got. You have to do something different. I'm going to leave their love with you. Thank you for working with me. Let's see who we're going to next. You have tried so hard. Yes, Lauren, and there's only so much one person can do on their own. You've done the best that you can do. Marianne, Vancouver. Tracy. Hello. Sheila. So can I come to Marianne, please? Marianne, Vancouver, yes. How nice to see you. Just shuffling the cards. I'll pick you a spray. And your spray is Mother Mary. Oh, how lovely. I love the energy of Mother Mary. So when I do these sprays, they're about ascended masters. So it's not religious content, in case anybody thinks it's religious content, but it is about ascended masters. So Mother Mary's energy is a very soft, motherly, caring energy, very nurturing, and it smells beautiful. I wish you could smell it. I really wish you could smell it. Okay, so let's see where we're going with Marianne. Okay, we've got the green man with you, Marianne. There's somebody in your life who's not very well at the moment, a gentleman in your life who's not very well at the moment, and he needs some looking after. You are shining your light. We've got the star fairy. You're shining your light, but I think it's triggering you in some ways. So this gentleman is triggering you in some ways. We've got the remembrance, which tells me it's more about this. There's been a trauma, or there's been something that this is bringing you back to, that you need to look after yourself. You're returning to this point. You've been at this point before. You're returning to it again. What Spirit are saying is we need to we need to look at that. What is this point that you keep returning to, and why do you keep returning to it? Is there something that maybe needs healing now, that maybe has come up with another layer of the onion for you to take off, that some healing needs doing? Queen of laughter, queen of fun. So where's your laughter? Where's your fun gone? And maybe because you've been busy looking after other people, you're not been taking care of yourself. We've got the speaker of truth. You speak your truth. Change is happening in your world. Have a little faith. Have a little faith. It will work out, but you have to do something. You have to start looking after yourself a little bit better, looking after yourself more, doing what's best for you, because you've put yourself at the bottom of the list. And only because you've had a lot on and a lot of other things to do and other people to take care of. But what Spirit is saying is, don't lose you in that. I'm going to leave their love with you. Thank you for working with me. Leaving a partner behind to meet someone new. Okay. And that is hard work, isn't it? That's very, very emotional. Very emotional. Okay. So, Kelly, can I come to you? Okay. Kelly O'Neill, thank you. So Kelly, for Kelly's highest good, I'm throwing these cards around. I'm absolutely throwing them around. Sorry about that, guys. Right, let me pick a spray for you, Kelly. Got this little, Divine Presence. I love this one as well. So this is Divine Presence. This is one of my latest ones that I've done. And it actually smells divine. So Kelly, for Kelly's highest good. Have we had any orbs yet, guys? So sometimes we get orbs. I haven't seen any for a couple of weeks now. So, okay, Kelly, we're looking at the pan. Okay. And while I look at this, I think there's somebody in your life who needs a little bit more attention. There's something going on with maybe one of your children, and they need a little bit more attention, being focused into something. I'm just going to have another, hang on. Okay. PTSD. They've had some trauma. So they've had some trauma, and this trauma has been triggered again for some reason. And they need a little bit more attention to this at the moment. They're struggling with it. You are the magician. You have no children. Well, a younger person then that's with you, Kelly. So is there a younger person around you or in your family? Or is it you, Kelly? Is it the younger Kelly that needs looking after? Is it the younger Kelly that needs looking after? Somebody with PTSD, post-traumatic stress. Somebody with PTSD. Somebody who's full of self-doubt, who knows they can do things. Okay, so it's not. Okay. Okay. Well, what we have here is probably your inner child then, Kelly. It's probably your inner child, your little girl inside of you who needs looking after, who's been triggered by something. You are the magician. You can succeed at anything you want to put your mind to, but you're full of self-doubt. So you give yourself a hard time. Think it's your boyfriend. Maybe he needs looking after. Okay. Has he got challenges? There's some challenges within this. You need to cut ties with that no longer serves you. Okay. Let's start again, Kelly, because it's getting very muddled up now. So you say this is your boyfriend, Peter Pan. Is he a bit of a Peter Pan? Is he somebody who hasn't grown up yet? Has he got PTSD? Post-traumatic stress disorder? Is he the magician? Is he full of self-doubt and full of challenges? Spirit are saying you need to cut ties with that no longer serves you. You need to cut ties with that no longer serves you. So there's something in your life that no longer serves you. There's somebody in your life who says one thing and does another, and the words and actions don't match up. They're not matching up. What Spirit is saying is love is an action. And that's what you need to look at. Sometimes we come from places where we need to hear the words so badly that we listen to the words, even though the actions say something completely different. And it leaves you very, very much confused. We've got, you're in two minds about something. So maybe, Kelly, there's a decision for you to make, and you're in two minds about it. You're not sure on where to go with it. We've got the green man again. Maybe, you get me, okay. So we don't need to go into it any further, and I don't really want to go into it on the live. So maybe, Kelly, that decision is a decision for you to make. You need to make that decision for your highest good, for your best and highest good. One more to finish it off. Fairy of growth. You've grown a lot. So you've grown a lot, and you've grown in this relationship, and maybe you've grown to a point where you want to do something differently now. And maybe this is what Spirit is saying to you. Cut ties with that no longer serves you and move forward. Yeah? Thank you for working with me. Okay, so let's see who's next. Okay, thank you for working with me, Kelly. Hello, Tracy. Bernadette Connolly, can I work with you, please? Hiya. Okay, so Bernadette's high is good. Let me get you a spray. Lily of the Valley. For peace and serenity. Do you need a little bit of peace and serenity in your life? Is that where you're at, Bernadette? Is that where you're at? Let's see where we're going. So for Bernadette's highest good, you give her something to look at, please give her the solution. If loved ones want to come in and give a message, then that's okay with us, but only bonds of love are allowed in here. Okay, have a little faith. So Bernadette, have you been losing your faith recently? Things been happening where you're kind of like putting you're struggling with your faith a little bit, whether that's faith in yourself and what's going on for you, or whether it's faith in the spirit world, or whether you're doing the right thing. We've got the big behind. This is about glancing over your shoulder and looking at some of the patterns that you've had in your life. It's about realizing that you're here again at some point. There's been some grief that's been happening, some low moods that's been happening with you, Bernadette, because there's a shadow of the past coming up for you to work through. When a shadow of the past comes up, it's there for us to put a light on it, for us to see, let it come up, shine a light on it, do the healing on it, and then we can move forward. It's just another layer of the onion. So Spirit are telling me that you've worked so hard at this now. You'll be sending that over a bit later on. Oh, you're talking to somebody else? Okay. Okay. You need to be the queen in your own life. You need to put your crown on, wear your crown. We teach people how to be with us. And so what Spirit is saying is you need to teach people how to be with you. You need to change the story. The song is about the story. If you do what you always did, you'll get what you always got. You have to do something differently. And then you will be the lady of joy. So then Spirit will bring the joy in. So you'll be sending that over a bit later on. Okay. Okay. I think that message is probably not for me, Bernadette, is it? It's probably for somebody else. Okay. I saw an orb come across. The Prince of Shadows, the shadow of the past. What Spirit is saying is, it's time for you now, Bernadette. It's time for you now to start working through some stuff. I'm going to leave it there with you. Thank you for working with me. Hello, Katie. Canada. Ah. So Claire Louise. Claire Louise, you would love a reading. Okay, let's pick you a spray. We have Lily of the Valley again. Let's do this. Lily of the Valley seems to want to stay today. Okay. So for Claire Louise and for Claire's highest good. Where were them orbs, guys? We usually get loads of orbs. Oh, Claire, have you got a question? Claire, have you got a question that you had in mind when you asked for a reading? There's something that you want answered. So this is the answer to your question. You need to do what you love doing and get paid really well for it. So if you're thinking of changing things and doing something differently, starting a business or doing something like that, Spirit is saying that that would be the right thing for you to do. That's what you need to do. But it has to be what you love doing. It has to be your passion. It has to be the passion that you have inside of you. That's what you need to do. That's what you need to work at. So if you're working, you're thinking about leaving your job and you want to do something different, then that's your answer. The paradox is, so the paradox is about two sides. So the paradox is that you can have good and bad together. Like you can't have light without first having dark. You can't have good without having the bad first, or you wouldn't know what the difference is. So the paradox of you doing what you love doing and getting paid really well for it, it means you have to change. It means you have to change. And then you're worried that that will cause you some mental health issues. But you need to change that story. That's what Spirit are saying. You have to, Claire, change that story. The song is about changing the story. Like I keep saying, if you do what you always did, you'll get what you always got. You have to do something differently. You are a bright spark. You have a couple of positive people around you that you talk to. So this is the answer to your question. You have a couple of people around you who you talk to. They're positive. They're really positive. And now it's time to look for your passion. What do you want to do? And Spirit is saying you will succeed at that. That's what they're saying. That's the answer to your question. So who have we got next? Thank you for working with me. Thank you for my kiss as well. Back to you. Okay. So Oh, Bernadette, I felt like you got distracted with something. I'm sorry about that. Okay. So, who've we got next? Tracy. Tracy Hand. Should we do a reading for Tracy's highest good? Let me get you a spray. Okay. Magic and protection. We do all of the cards. Shuffle the cards for Tracy's highest good. Magic and protection. Oh, Tracy, you need to cut ties with somebody. Somebody, something, some situation. You need to cut ties with that no longer serves you. Let's see what this is about. Okay, you've grown. We've got the fairy of growth. You've grown. You've grown a lot. We've got this. Okay, I'm going to leave this for a minute because I want to see what comes with it. Okay. This is about inner child work. I feel like this is about the little girl inside of you that needs looking after. I feel like, Tracy, like you've come to a point where maybe you have let go of some stuff and you've grown through it and you've come to the other side of it. And now you're in a place where you can begin to look at your inner child and begin to do some work on that. We've got the Lady of Sorrow. The Lady of Sorrow. So you've been through some stuff. You've come out the other side of it. And now it's time for you to do the work that you need to do to help you move forward in this next phase of your life. Okay. The shapeshifter, change is happening. Change is happening with you. And Spirit want you to change. You've been woke up between 3 and 5 in the morning. Spirit are trying to get your attention, Tracy. They're trying to get your attention because they need you to work with, they need to work with you to help uplift your vibration so you can do the purpose that you've come here to do. And that's what's going on. That's why they're waking you up. It's a shadow of the past. It's all about the past today, isn't it? It's a shadow of the past. And the only reason the shadow of the past keeps coming back up for us is so we deal with it. And when we deal with it, then we can move on and we raise our vibration and we move even higher. You're exhausted. We're absolutely, I've got it upside down, but they look like magic mushrooms, but they're not. You're absolutely exhausted. And it's time for you now to start taking some time for you. You're strong, you're solid. You're strong, you're solid. You're coming out the other side of it now. And now it's your turn. Yeah. The most greatest, I believe, that the best relationship any human being can have is their relationship with their inner child. Is to begin to grow that is the most important relationship. Beginning to grow that and trust in that and work through some of the stuff that we need to work through and come out the other side of it. You will grow so much. You will just grow so much. We've got the rocks. You're strong, you're solid. You're coming out the other side of it now. Do the work now to raise your vibration so that Spirit can work with you more. And you can do what you've come in here to do. That's what your passion is. I'm going to leave their love with you. Thank you for working with me. So who've I got next? Okay, Mandy. I saw Mandy there and I couldn't read what you said. You've not been on our lives before. Okay. So Mandy, would you like a reading? Hiya, Mandy. This one's for you. Okay. Only bonds of love are allowed in here. I don't know why I need to say that, but I need to say that with you, Mandy. Let's see what's going on with you. Ascended Master Lord Maitreya. This is a really high Ascended Master that's come in. Let's see what's going on. So, for Mandy's highest good, if you give her something to look at, please give her the solution. If loved ones want to come. Okay, we've got the pan with you as well, Mandy. Oh, and a blessing. You are a blessing. You are an absolute blessing. You are a joy to be with. That's what I'm picking up, Mandy. You're a joy to be with. You're an absolute blessing. But there is a situation that you need to cut ties with that no longer serves you. You've grown a lot. We've got the fairy of growth. You've grown a lot. You've come out the other side of something. And here we've got the inner child again. So we started off with the pan. And the pan is usually somebody in your life who hasn't quite matured just yet. Shall we put it that way? They haven't quite matured just yet. There's things going on with them. They're very sensitive. There's stuff going on with them. And you are a blessing to them. You're a blessing to them. But you need to cut ties with, not with them, but you need to cut ties with something to do with that. Because you have grown a lot. And then you've grown, we've got inner child. So you've grown, and it's time for you now to look at the hidden one. The hidden one is about our subconscious stuff. So stuff we're not aware of just yet, stuff that's hidden a little bit, and it hasn't come out. Maybe it's like when you work with somebody else, then they can bring that stuff out for you and help you with that. Queen of Owls, somebody who's not sleeping at night time, somebody who's got mental health issues. I think this is a problem with you, not with you and not for you, but somebody around you has got mental health issues and they're finding it difficult to sleep at night time and it's causing problems for you. You need to change that story. And I think it's something that you're not conscious of. I think it's subconscious with you. We've got the Maiden. The Maiden is about getting back to a place when you felt confident, you felt like you could conquer the world. Something has happened, Mandy, that's brought you back a little bit. And what Spirit is saying is they want to uplift you and raise your vibration. You're the speaker of truth. I feel it's your last relationship about the past hurt. Okay, so that's what the inner child work is about. It's about dealing with that past hurt and healing that past hurt so that you can get into a healthy relationship and build that trust up. Because you need to heal that before you can move on. You're like, oh no, I don't want to do this. And it's painful and it's hard to do, but we all have to do it, Mandy. We all have to do it eventually. We might balk at it for a long time, but eventually we will all have to do it. If we want to raise our vibration and we want to work in this way, then we're going to have to do the work that goes with it. We've got the Green Man, which tells me that he's not very well. He's got his own stuff to deal with. And what you need to do is heal that for you. You need to do that healing. You're a juggler. You've got too many balls up in the air. If you're going like this, you're not going to get something new coming into your life. It's not able to come into your life. What Spirit is saying, you need to let something drop. Maybe you need to spend some time now looking at how you can help yourself recover from that relationship so that you can move forward and meet your elven knight. So meet your knight in shining armor and joy for your future. Look at that. Brilliant. So I hope that was okay for you, Mandy. Thank you for working with me. Okay, so who have we got next? Jeanette, Christine. taking a year out to sort your health. That's really good, Mandy. That's really good. What a brilliant idea. Michelle Archer. Hi. Can I have Michelle Archer, please? Hi, Michelle. I am well. Are you well? I hope you're well too. So let me pick a spray for you, Michelle, while we're here. Mother Mary. Okay, so Mother Mary energy coming in, which tells me that, Michelle, maybe you need a little bit of nurturing. Maybe you need a little bit of taking care of. Okay. So for Michelle's highest good, let's see where we go with this. Lady of Joy. Are you the Lady of Joy, Michelle? Or are you the Lady of Sorrows? We've got the Lady of Joy. And then we've got the Lady of Sorrows. Let's see where we're going with this. Ah, and we've got Tinkerbell. This is me, Tinkerbell, hands on hips, telling you off. Michelle, I don't know what I have to tell you off about. You're the Lady of Joy, but you're also the Lady of Sorrows. So you're both. And then here I come in. Let's see where this is interesting. See where we're going with this. You have a question. You have a question. And this will answer your questions. You need to do what you love doing and get paid really well for it. So what are you doing, Michelle? This is something to do with work that you need to change your work at the moment. You need to change the story, the song. Let me stay with this for a moment because I'm getting something different from this one. There's something you need to write about, Michelle. There's something you need to write about. There's something that needs to go down on paper. That will be a positive move for you. That will be a positive move for you to start writing things down. There's somebody in your life who says one thing and does another, where their words and actions don't match up. Fairy of naughtiness. Now, I don't think this is you. I think this is the person that's in your life whose words and actions don't match up, and it's left you feeling very confused. And that's why Spirit is saying you need to start writing things down now. Like we talked earlier about listening to the words. Sometimes we want to hear the words, but the actions say something differently. And Spirits say that the actions are the truth. Okay, you're not sure. You've got dreams that you want to go for, but you're in two minds about it. Okay, we've got the Queen of Bedlam. So this card for me represents somebody on the spectrum, somebody with ADHD. That's what it does. So if you've thought, or maybe you have somebody around you who you felt might be on the spectrum, might be ADHD, then this is confirmation from Spirit. This is confirmation from Spirit that they are on the spectrum, or you are on the spectrum, and maybe to go and have a little look at it and see, is that what's causing some problems in some areas in your life? I hope that makes sense for you, Michelle. One more to finish it off. Your son, okay. And what's the question about your son? What's the question about your son? He is ADHD. He has ADHD. Yeah, I can't even say ADHD. Okay, so that's confirmation. You know that he has it. You know that he has ADHD. Will he be okay? That's the question. Okay, let's answer the question. Speak the truth. Always speak the truth to him. He says one thing and does another. Does he have really vivid dreams? You need to change the story. He needs to change his story. Okay, so what I'm getting is that there's something or someone around him that's causing him to, you have vivid dreams. Okay. There's something or somebody around him that's causing him a lot of problems at the moment. Has he just had a breakup or something like that? Somebody's left his life. It's something to do with the home, the hearth and home. Is there something happening in your home that he's struggling with? We've got the Fairy of Youth. He's always breaking up, on and off. Okay, and that's what he's struggling with. Okay, so it's in his home. Let's ask Spirit for the solution. Spirit, please give us a solution. This has been going on for a long time. We've got the Lady of Unicorns, the Lady of Magic. And we've got the Queen of the Golden Bow. Okay, so your son is very spiritual. There's something going on with him, but he's part of, long time, yes. He's part of coming into this new energy that we're coming into. He's part of bringing in the new ascension, the new golden energy that we're coming into. And he is very sensitive. He's got a lot of stuff going on for him. And he needs to be able to work through that. So he's come here with a very specific purpose. Queen of the Golden Bow, I have it again for him. This is his purpose. This is why he's come here. And he needs to go through what he needs to go through so that he can do what he needs to do. There's a negative energy on him at the moment, and that needs removing so that he can move forward. So this is very negative to him. Does he speak his truth? As long as you speak your truth and he speaks his truth with you, then you can sort it out. He is the Prince of Light. Okay? So he is the Prince of Light. So which means he's very open to the psychic energy that's around him. And he needs to be able to protect his third eye somehow. He needs to be able to protect his third eye, because then he gets negative energy on him. And this is what's going on with him. Maybe he has something on his third eye and it needs removing so that he can move forward. So when I say something on his third eye, I don't mean anything like anything. What I mean is that there's a lot of fear in the world. There's a lot of negativity in the world. And if he's an empath, he will pick it up. And that will make him go down. That will make he will pick up other people's feelings and not know how to handle them. So maybe he needs a little bit of training in that and how to deal with his feelings. We've got you're the Lady of Magic, the Lady of Unicorns. You're able to be there for him. You're able to help him with this. Okay, you understand. Good. I'm glad about that. Thank you, Michelle, for working with me. But leave it at that. You're the Lady of Magic, the Lady of Unicorns, and you can help him with it. Okay, so Caroline Breen, can I work with you, please? Okay, Caroline. So for Caroline's highest good, if you give her something to look at, please give her the solution. If loved ones want to come in and give a message, then that's okay with us. Only bonds of love are allowed in here. Okay. So Caroline, what I've picked for you is Mother Mary as well. So let's have the spray. Let's spray the cards. Okay, so for Caroline's highest good. You give her something to look at, please give her the solution. Started to rain here now, so you might hear the rain on the roof. Okay, Queen of Hearth and Home. Is something happening with your home, Caroline? Something's going on with your home. Okay. And we've got the boy. And training. Okay. So, Queen of Hearth and Home. There's something happening in your home. And it's something to do with the boy. So, Caroline, have you got a son? There's some training that needs to go on. There's some training that's happening. You have 5 sons, so you have a lot of boys. Yeah? So you've got 5 sons. Okay. Does any of them live with you in your home? It's one that's at college or university or training for something. So whichever one of them that's doing that, this is what it's about. Two, and one is in hospital with mental health. Okay. Okay. So is one of them doing training at the moment? Or is it training that you need to help your boy who's got mental health issues? That you may need some training to help him? Let's ask Spirit. Okay. It's the shadow of the past, Queen of Shadows. It's the shadow of the past. So this isn't the first time. This has happened before with him, with his mental health. We've got the Fairy of Naughtiness and the Lady of Sorrows. Okay. Let me feel into it. There's some training that needs to happen, Caroline, and I think the training is with you. I think the training is for you to learn a different way of being able to cope with your son, with some stuff that's happening with him. This has happened before. It's been going on for 6 years. He's finally getting the help he needs. Thank goodness. Thank goodness for that. It's been going on a long time. Yes, it's happened before. It's a shadow of the past. As a mum, it's really, really hard to watch your child go through some horrible mental health issues, and to try and get help for them as well, especially nowadays, is really, really hard. And he's getting the help now, but you need to get the help too. And that's what Spirit is saying. This is about you, Caroline, getting the help for you, to help you with some of your feelings about all that you've been through for the last 6 years, that all of you've been through with your son. We've got the Fairy of Naughtiness. When he's not naughty, but it hasn't been easy for you either. and it's left you depressed and low. It's left you really low. So you need your cup filling up, and you need some help for you. That's what Spirit is saying. It's left you, the green woman, it's left you with where you need nurturing. That's why Mother Mary's come in, because you need loving and you need taking care of, you know. But I'm glad that he's finally getting the help. He's got a lot of challenges. There's been a lot of challenges, but you've had your challenges too, and you need to be able to have somebody to talk to about that and help you with yours. Fairy of growth. You've grown a lot through it, and there is joy for the future. So I feel like there is joy for your future, but you need some help as well. You need some training on how you're going to be with him. And don't be worryful about the future. Spirit is saying joy for the future, Caroline. There is joy for the future, but get the help that you need so that you can help him. It's horrible when we see our children with mental health issues and we can't help them. And we're so powerless because the system doesn't work properly for them either. And it's just so sad. And it's heartbreaking as a mum to have to watch that and not be and feel powerless and not be able to do anything about it. It's absolutely heartbreaking. It's the worst feeling ever. And I know, because I've been there, I've experienced that. I know exactly. But you need some help for you to help you with how you're feeling. Because now that you have got some space and he is getting the help, you will be able to deal with your feelings a little bit better now. You will be able to have some time for you. And that might bring up a whole load of stuff for you to look at. Cut ties with that no longer serves you. And bring up a whole load of other things that will come up for you to deal with. Thank you. But Spirit is saying joy for your future, Caroline. So take that with you. Thank you for working with me. Okay. Jennifer, hello. Jennifer Parker, can I work with you, please? And Cindy, you're looking forward to a new career move. You have an interview Monday and you want a job that can also align you with owning your own business. Well done. Well done, Cindy. Go for it. You're welcome, Caroline. Thank you, Joanna. Jennifer Parker. Yes, I'm going to do Jennifer now. I'll do it really quickly, Jennifer, because we're running. Only got 5 minutes or so for Jennifer's highest good. Okay, so pick a spray for you. Lily of the Valley, peace and serenity. Let's have some. Let's have some peace and serenity, Jennifer. Okay, let's see where we're going. Queen of the Golden Bow, we have it again. So this, when I get this card, I know the person that I'm talking to is part of the new revolution. Let's call it a revolution, who's moving into the new energy, the new golden energy that's coming in. Because let's face it, our world needs to get better, doesn't it? It definitely needs to get better. And things get worse before they get better. And that's why it feels like we're in the worst of times now. But things are going to improve. Things are going to get better. And we all have a responsibility in that. And Jennifer, this is what this is about. The Queen of the Golden Bow is about moving into that new golden energy. We've got the Prince of Light. So either this is your partner or a partner coming in who you've got a solid bond with. We've got the rocks, and you're both here to help bring in ascension. So it's something that you will do with your partner. You are the magician. You have everything you need to succeed. The problem is that sometimes you get full of self-doubt and you let the negative energy come in, and that's what blocks you from moving forward. You need to speak your truth. You need to speak your truth. If you feel like somebody around you is not being all that they can be to you, you might need to talk to them about it, if that makes sense to you. You might need to speak to them about it. What Spirit is saying is that you have a job that you've come here to do, your higher purpose. You have a gift, and you need to use that gift. We've got the Queen of Shadows, which also means that you've still got some shadow stuff to work through as well. There's some kind of controlling situation happening. Now, whether this is a person, place, or thing, but there's something that's controlling and stopping you and blocking you from moving forward. Spirit is saying cut ties with that no longer serves you. A situation, person, or thing that says one thing and does another. Their actions and words don't match up. They will block you from having your dreams. You keep returning to this place over and over again. You're in two minds about it. Something to do with addictions. Something to do with addictions. And maybe it's time to look at this situation now and realize that maybe you might need to do something differently. If you keep returning to the same point over and over again, then there's something that needs to be done about it. The Queen of Hearth and Home. Are you happy in your home? Are you happy in your home? We've got the boy with you as well. And the Queen of Laughter. You need to have more fun in your life. There's something that's brought you down, Jennifer, and you need to have more fun in your life. So something that you need to let go of so that you can move forward, so that you can grow and do what you've come here to do. That's what Spirit is saying. Just picking my cards up. So it's time now for you to move forward. The big behind is saying it's not our bottoms, okay? That's not what it means. The big behind is saying there's some patterns, Jennifer, with you that you need to look at. And if the patterns haven't worked for you before, they're not going to work for you in the future. So look at them patterns and see what things that you want to bring with you into the future. I'm going to leave it there with you. Thank you for working with me. Okay. So thanks, guys, for being here. Okay, so tonight we've got readings with Double Trouble at 9 p.m. So we'll be back on live at 9 p.m, guys. I'm going to hand it over to Victoria to close the meeting.